Hello, another chapter from Rakkety Tam. This time we're doing chapter 10. Look at the Semastrodon here with Monkey Butt. Here we go, chapter 10. Pain was the first thing Rakkety Tam awakened to. His head was one massive ache. His limbs could not move. Upon opening one eye slowly, Tam found himself lying bound to a pole on the floor of a lantern-lit rock cavern. He tried to rise but fell back, the pole clattering against the stone floor. Behind him a voice sounded, "I say, chaps, is this tall rascal awake? What?" From some place close by, Doogie could be heard, regaining his senses verbally. "Ah, you cowards, sneaking up on the body and blowing him these ropes off my paws." Another voice rang out, "I do believe the little fat villain's awake too." Paws grabbed hold of Tam Doogie, dragged them roughly over to the rock where the wall propped them up in a seated position. Over a score of hares gathered around them. Tam held his silence, and he could make sense of that situation they were in, but not so Doogie. Furious, the small Highlander roared at the older hare, a snarly, athletic-looking beast with a battered face who was wearing a green tunic and 3 stripes affixed to the sleeve. "Do you not hear me, you great flapping cloth-eared clod? I told you to get these ropes off of me!" The hare avoided his gaze, setting his eyes right ahead. "Sorry, mate. I can't do that until my lady Maleska sees you." A tall, elegant hare, much younger than the other, stepped forward. He was wearing a red tunic and had a long reaper in his belt waist. Placed a football upon Doogie and pushed him flat. "Get down on the floor like a confounded maundering snake, ya, sah." Though he was tightly bound, Doogie managed to slue around. His teeth clashed as he snapped at the hare's footpaw, causing him to dodge backward as the prisoner ranted, "I'm no murderer, and you've no right to call me a snake, you snot-nosed rabbit." The hare raised his football to kick Doogie. "How dare you call me a rabbit? I'll teach you a lesson." He was wrenched clean off his paws and hurled to one side by the older green-tunicked hare, who berated him. Nah, young Master Firebold. Try not to behave yourself like an officer and a gentleman, sir." The young hare, Ferdinand Demine, argued back ferociously. "Bad show, Sarge. You shouldn't take talking to the side of the bloomin' assassin. We lost 8 comrades good and true to the likes of that confounded worm. I'm going to knock him body block off first chance I get. You see if I don't, what?" Tam interrupted, calling out indignantly, "That should be easy to do. He's unable to defend himself. Doogie's right. We're not murderers." Suddenly the sergeant bellowed, "Stand fast, all beasts, for Lady Melesme." The badger ruler of Semastrodon strode among them. Melesme was no longer young, and she was an imposing creature, tall and powerfully built. She looked every inch a ruler, though clad only in a simple homespun smock, a forage apron embroidered over it. Turning her dark, liquid eyes upon the sergeant, Melesme spoke me in a voice which boomed around the cavern. "What's going on here, Onewheel?" Sergeant Onewheel took a smart pace before the saluted. "Mom, we're here approached these here squirrels and the spot where the slaughter took place. This was looting around by a burnout ship, so we took 'em in for questioning, Mom." Melesme beckoned, and airflow the young sea otter was escorted through the gathering of hares. The badger indicated both captives. "Have you seen either of these before, young'un?" Either shook his head. "No, Mom, it wasn't them." Tam decided it was time to speak his piece. "I could have told you that. I could have been us who would have supposed that ye have done. What have you chasing after the Gulu beast and his white vermin on the Ada King and Igna Day Queen?" The badger ruler raised her heavy eyebrows. "But you two have the look of warriors. How did you come to taking orders from those 2 overgrown little idiots? Fortydum and Wildberry, release them." 2 capable-looking hares with medals and stars on their pink tunics marched out. Whipping on their sabers, they sliced through the bonds with a few masterful strokes. Tam and Doogie stood up, massaging the life back into their numb paws. Knowing they were the presence of a badger ruler, they bowed courteously. Tam elected himself spokesperson for them both. "I thank you, Ma. I'm Rakkety Tam Ch, and this is my friend, Wild Doogie Plum. We serve Ashram and Igna because we pledge our oath and our swords in their service. The only way we can be freed to the bonds to take back and return the royal banner stolen by the vermin. Melisme issued a murdering grunt, but royal banner, indeed it is. It now is. Bond to take back, return the royal banner stolen by the vermin. Melisme issued the mercilessly grunt. Royal banner, indeed. Is that what those two idiots are up to these days? I've heard that they watched since they came to my groves. Oh, they're no harm to honest beasts, so I've let them be, but I don't want to ally myself to fools. What is this royal banner thing, Tam? The royal school jaw tightened. Just a symbol, Mom, part of their silly pomp and ceremony. What matters more is a lot of squirrels, and some of them are friends, who were massacred by Gulu. Beast stole the flag. Atrium and Igna care more about the return of their lives and their subjects. We'll get back the flag back, but me and Doogie are more concerned with settling the score. Doogie's teeth gritted audibly. Aye, lady, good warriors can they rest until the dirty slayers are paid off out and still for their crimes. You kin? Melisme nodded. Well spoken, sir, but tell me, who is Gulu Beast? Have you seen him? Tim answered, no, Mom, but we've seen his tracks, and they look no other creature we ever walked this land, and the paw prints are followers 100 feet off the flesh of their victims. We've seen the evidence, Mom. The badger really looked grim. I know this. We lost 5 young hares to them. They were left by the time my long patrol got to the spot, but there was a drum we made for it, Abbot Humble of Redwall Abbey as a gift, and was the way of your flag, though such a thing. And they were heartfelt murmurs agreement from the hares. Mizmin held up a huge paw, restoring the silence. I have scouts out following Gulu's beast tracks. At dawn, a force of 100 fighting hares and leaves to Mastodon. They will track the vermin and their chief until they face them. It is my command that they send those markers. Commanded that they should. She started. Sorry, I'm tired. She turned to the 2 squirrels. Will you be joining in the hunt? Doogie nodded. I'm a-thinking ye have to be a-marching at the double to get to yon vermin before we do, eh, Tam? Fortament the Monopod and his vapor hill. Indeed, saw. And I say, you be eating and flipping the dusk and try to keep up with the long patrol. What? A shout of agreement came from the hares. Yeah, quickly stifled by the stern bark from Lady Marsley. Sir, silence! There is... stop this foolishness. You officers or any of my warriors will answer to me if you do not work together with your country and your flag. The scar-faced veteran touched his paw to his ear tip. My heart and paw, ma'am. Keep the young rips in line, and attention, long patrol. So get ye less than 3 hours rest, provisions, and choose your weapons. At crack o' dawn, I wants to see ye on parade, smartly turning out the fit. Regard Crimsar also. Like homework, I guess. The glint from his eyes had competed the elder promptly. Tam accepted his shield and the blades from the hair, but Doogie was out for ransom. Ferdinand threw Doogie's ear to the ground. Get up yourself, Treewalker. Just call me Rabbit on more of the time. You see this rapier? I jolly well promise you it's no bodkin, and I'll chop off the insolent snout off you. Doogie belted on his claymore, grinning blindly. Oh, dearie me, old fellow, old chap, you scared stiff now, would Rabbit? And they stood glaring at each other, and Sergeant One Wheel stepped between them. Now, you gentle beast, break it up. You heard my lady Minsley's orders. I've been after yourselves. They're already here. You go. There you go. The eye sergeant battered face. The hare winked and held up his paws. Weapons, mate. These are my weapons. I'm a boxing here, and the sling good for long range hitting. But for close work, ain't nothing better than these two trustees. Doogie sipped his fragrant cordial, feeling the headache recede immediately. He inspected the sergeant's clenched paws. A boxing here, huh? What manner of beastie is that, Sarge? One Will dropped into a fighting pose, lowering his brows and circling with both paws. Like lightning, he shot out right and left, and the air whistled around him as he danced lightly, ducking and weaving and throwing punches. I was born to box. That's my trade. You know why they calls me One Will, no? Then I'll tell ya. If me... I bet you have a good night now. Good night. Be the best you can be. Because it's the only you can be.